Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to today's flight, Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I am your host, Uncle B, and we have a nice flight today planned. We are in Brazil. We are taking off from Rio de Janeiro, or Sao Paulo, sorry, and heading to Rio de Janeiro in the Embraer 110P in the nice Brazilian Airlines livery. Oh, we'll see that once we load in. About a 2 hour flight ish, maybe a little bit quicker, depending on if how well we do. We're only going up to about 20,000 feet. So, yeah, we'll just kind of abbreviate the spiel, I think. So, yeah, that's what we're doing today. Hopefully, everybody enjoys the flight. Quick rundown: Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays we have vintage aviation flights. Tuesdays we have jetliner, regional jet, regional prop, and regional and business flights. Sorry, not regional business, but business flights. Thursdays we have military aviation flights. Saturdays we have flights featuring the P-38 Lightning called Lightning Saturday. And Sundays we have scenic flights. This Sunday we will be in Rome, for instance. Any other information can be found in the description area below the video. Thank you for your attention. Let's get in here, get our aircraft started up so we can get in the air and make our way to Rio. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their morning or afternoon. Alright, we don't want them talking to ATC just yet. Let's get all our fuel on board. Just want to just make sure we have just enough to get there, or more than enough. I think that will be sufficient. Alright, let's get this thing started up. And I'll try to keep an eye on the Did it switch on? Didn't even do anything. Alright, there we go. Now it's alright.
Flight and engine instruments. Checked. Altimeters. Adjusted to current airfield barometric setting. ATC clearance. Gathered. Left engine fuel pumps. On. Right engine fuel pumps. On. Ground equipment, chocks, cones, and covers. Fully removed. Aircraft doors. Closed and locked.
Oops. Alright, there we go. Right, there was something. Oh. I gotta make sure I remember that the right one. Yeah. do this. Go. Almost done.
Generators 1 and 2. Both on. Altimeters. Check. Inertial
Hello, Joseph.
both on. Com/NAV radios. On. Transponder. Standby.
All right, let's go ahead and
Sao Paulo clearance delivery Trans Brazil 1.
so there's our lovely Embraer.
Trans Brazil 1123 cleared to Delio Airport as filed. Take off runway 17 right climb and maintain
I'm great, Joseph. How are you?
departure on 126.15 squawk 1561.
Trans Brazil 1123 reset is correct. Contact ground for 121.9 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Sao Paulo ground Trans Brazil 1123 with Alpha ready to taxi IFR.
Trans Brazil 1123 taxi 2 and hold short of runway 17 right using taxiway cross runway 17 left. Contact tower on
Had a very nice flight with. I'm good, or I'm glad to hear that, Joseph. Hopefully it goes well. I had a very nice flight with Captain Arish last night. We were over Australia again. Very nice scenery. Yeah, really great flight. Really enjoyed it. It was nice to fly with Captain Arish, and there's only a few people. There's a lot of people missing last night, but that's okay. Alright, so flight director is that. We want to go to. Oops. 9,000 feet. And then we want to switch this. Oops. Nope, not that much. Alright, there we go. We got that all set. Alright, let's go. Oh, and then I can also hand the radio over to my co-pilot now. We'll be on our way. Well, that's interesting. Why is it doing that? That's... I don't know why it's doing that. It's saying 9,900 feet. I only want to go to 9,000 feet. Alright, we are almost ready to take off here. Oh, I know what happened. There we go. Well, there we go. Give me a sip of coffee. There we go. All right, let's go. All right, we are on our way. There we go. And away we go from Sao Paulo. This would be a good spot to get a picture from. We'll try to get another one once we get over into Rio. There we go. All right. So yeah, we're just making that lazy turn there. You can see it right there. Catching up on our track. Did they give us an updated altimeter reading? 2974. Okay. I think that's still the one that we have already. It's good to check. Yep. There we go. All right. So yeah, we're on our way. We'll be back in the Junkers 52 tomorrow, departing from Abadan, and we're heading to Bucer. I might be saying that wrong. Only 2 legs on that flight. First one will be 128 nautical miles, and then 32 nautical miles, and then we will be on the ground. So looking forward to that. Just waiting on that call to say we can go ahead and climb further. So you got that tomorrow, and then Thursday we will be in the L19, little bird dog, going from Hamilton Municipal to Dallas Love.
Trans Brazil 112 climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 17,000 feet. Trans Brazil 1123.
There we go. Boy, this thing really does not want to. All right, let's see if we can dial that back just a bit. There we go. Maybe that'll give us a bit, get more speed there, climbing. Oh, yeah, quiet day in the chat, I think. That's okay. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Yeah, we got some good flights. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we will be doing the flight for Jody, Newark to Sanford, I believe it is, down by Orlando. We'll be in the A320 in the retro jet blue livery. Saturday, we will be opening up the multiplayer lobby. Should be, I'll probably say we'll stay on West Europe because that seems to be a fairly stable multiplayer server. So we'll be going from Ryan Field to Indian Springs Creech. I believe it's Creech Air Force Base. Yes. So if anybody wants to join that flight, and then Sunday we will be in Rome, doing a flight around Rome. So do join us for that. Lots of great flights. We'll finish up the month, and before we know it, and we will be heading into July. We should be, we don't know for sure, but we should be getting a world update today. However, comma pause for effect, there has been no word one way or the other, which is a bit like maddening in a way. Like, they had all this great news on Sunday about the stuff coming in November, and then all of a sudden there was nothing else said. Now, apparently, and this is one of those things that maybe people didn't quite understand, there was this expectation that the world update was going to be discussed in the during that live stream on Sunday with the Bethesda Microsoft thing, and then that didn't happen. So there was quite a few people who are a bit miffed, so to speak, that their expectations were not met, although there was no indication of that, to expect that. I think we need to change it now. No, we're still planning. We're good. So yeah, let's go to 9.6. Oops, other one. Ah. There we go. Lean the mixture out a little bit. We should get a little bit better performance now. So yeah, a lot of people in the forums were expressing their disappointment that they weren't given any. We can go ahead and go to 2992. Any other information. So yeah, but at the same time, you can't be mad because there was no word from Jorg and the team that they were going to talk about that on Sunday. So I think the expectations were maybe a bit misplaced, for lack of a better term. Maybe you got angry for no reason other than your, your own expectations, which were never going to be met. But yeah, there's still no word. We don't know what we're getting. They're saying it's a surprise. I don't know, quite honestly, what could be the surprise, where we would get, an update so that, it just seems rather odd that they're keeping it a secret, So, yeah, I don't quite understand that, why they would do that. It's not like there's a direct competitor to the sim on the Xbox, where they would want to keep things kind of quiet and surprise everybody. I have a bad feeling, and I hope I'm wrong, I have a bad feeling that this whole thing is going to just fall flat on its face today. That is not going to be much. People are going to be like, that's what we were waiting for, and you couldn't tell us? Like, really? And people are just going to be like, wow, why, that just seems rather odd that you couldn't just tell us what was happening. Now, there's some suspicion, and maybe rightly so, that the update will be delayed. Possibly. We don't know. But that's the feeling. The general feeling is that the update will not get released today. That eventually they're going to come out and say, well, we wanted to do this and we're sorry, but... And then everybody's going to be like, well, why don't you just... I'd rather, if there's going to be bad news, get it out there. So that way, because people are going to rant and throw a fit and everything, like, because that's what we do as gamers. We get all angry at the developers and everybody else and call them out every name under the sun and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually everybody kind of calms down, and then we're like, okay, now what are we going to do? Now it's just we have to wait for the thing. I guess it was supposed to stay at 29 or 74. We should have gotten a call by now. I might have dialed that down too early. There we go. Yep, that was right.
Climb to maintain flight level 200 Trans Brazil 1123.
There we go. So yeah, it feels, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am. But it's hard to know for sure what is going to happen, So. Yeah. When we were flying last night with Captain Arish, there were some people in the chat who were, they weren't flying with us, and I said, has anybody heard anything? Any news at all? Nope. So, it's like, well, you go to bed, and it's like Christmas. You don't know if Santa's going to show up, and you're like, well, I think Santa's going to show up, but if I go to bed, is he going to show up? Or if I stay up, what's going to happen? So, yeah, it's just a bit, I don't know, it's just weird, I don't know why. But, or I think I can do, now I can go to 29 or 9 or 2. And of course, there's still no word today, there's nothing been said or alluded to or any kind of other information that will give people an idea of what we're, because we're getting the world update plus another local legend, apparently. And who knows, that local legend might be delayed because they still got to sort some things out with that. And so, kind of like when Italy was released, we didn't get the plane for Italy until a couple weeks later, I think. So yeah, I don't know. It's feels kind of odd, you know. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But hopefully we hear something. But if not, it's going to be I think there's going to be a mini riot in the forums that, they've been misled and lied to, and, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. We'll see. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm hopeful, but not overly so, that we will hear something here in the next couple hours or so. We will see. Ooh, that was a bit of clipping there. So we should be calming down here at 20,000 feet, and I have a feeling we are not going to. I think I'm going to have to tell this thing to kind of slow down. Yep. Where's the altitude hold? That did not engage like it should have. All right. Well, I think we're fine. Good morning, Mick. How are you, good sir? Watched a bit of the FIFA ranting last night. Looks like you guys had some good matches. A few questionable ones, things that weren't going your way, but yeah. I watched for quite a while, and then I got ready and went flying with Captain Arish last night over, continued the flight over Australia. So yeah, we had a really nice flight last night. We got to see the radio telescopes in some of the areas, like the big dish, stuff and all that, and some observatories. I didn't know this, but I learned this last night too. Australia has a light, what do they call it? Like at certain times they want everybody to turn their lights off. Not necessarily, I don't think, for saving power, but they, I guess, light discipline, something like that. But they're known for the fact that if you go to Australia, there's not a lot of city lights around, so that you can actually see the stars and everything. But of course, like in Sydney or Melbourne or the major cities, of course, that's you can't have all the lights off. But out in the countryside, the bush, whatever you want to call it, that is something that they want. That they want people to practice is that so that people can enjoy looking at the stars and everything like that. It was a really good flight though. Really, we got to see some fascinating scenery. We flew matter of fact, we flew over Mount Panorama Circuit, the racetrack. It is kind of defined. I was going, there's a, that last straight before you hang the left and go down the main straight, there is a, one of those tire bridges. There's space between the track and the bridge. Now the Cessna 172 was probably a bit too big for it, but I think if I go in either the Kit Fox or even something smaller like the 152, I think I could squeeze underneath that tire bridge. I think I could, possibly. But yeah, it was really nice scenery. We flew over the, I think it's called the Three Sisters. It's this rock area, and it's got this big waterfall. It's got like a kind of like, I guess, like Niagara Falls. You have like an observation sort of spot that you can look over and down, over the waterfall and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really, really nice flight last night. About 3 hours. And then of course I log in today, and those 3 hours gone from my logbook, like it didn't happen. But it, that's why I plug these hours in, because that's the kind of stuff that disappears for some reason, and there's no there's no like rhyme or reason why that happens. But yeah, it was a really great flight. I was really happy that I got a chance to fly with them again. It'd been like a few weeks, and part of that, Captain Arish had some things that he had to take care of that was more important, and so yeah, we just yeah, it was good. Really enjoyed it. All right, let's see if we can zoom out just a bit. There we go. Get to our usual 10 nautical mile view. So yeah, really, really enjoyed that last night. Jody came in and watched for a few minutes, off and on. Was really impressed by Captain Arish's knowledge. Really liked his accent. So yeah, it was really great time. Really enjoyed it. So, and I think we are on the farm tonight. Is that correct, Mr. Mick? Well, I was flying the Cessna 172. Yeah, but I when somebody's like, hey, somebody ought to fly underneath that tire bridge, and I'm like, challenge accepted. So I went buzzing down, and I looked at it, and I'm like, if I was in a smaller plane, I think I could do it. I think I could. But Cessna 172 might just be a little too large. But I think something like the Kit Fox or something else, I think we could squeeze under there. Squeeze right through it. Like, I could come right down the track. Like, it's fairly defined. As you come down, you can see the roadway there. And I was like, if I follow that, if I come in at the correct angle, pick it up where, you make that right to go down the hill a little bit further, and you make that left, I think I could do it. But I'd have to try it. I'd have to practice and try to find which plane. But I'm like, I think I would like to give that a go, because I'm like, I'd never pass up a chance to fly under any bridge or anything. If I know I can do it, I will do it. But sometimes it's somebody's like, oh, somebody try that. I'm like, I'll do it. So yeah, I don't mind that at all. But I want to give it a shot. I might try that sometime here in the near future, just for fun. I might try to do a quick recording for it. So, do a couple practice runs and like, okay, yep, I can do this if I get down this low, and then as soon as I'm clear of the bridge, climb out, But it won't be a super, like, I don't think I could do it in the Spitfire or anything like that. It's just too large of a plane. But I think the 152, or even, I think the Kit Fox would be perfect for it. It would be small enough. And it's fast enough, so yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but we had a really great time last night. Really enjoyed it. It'd been quite a while since I'd flown with them. Been busy helping Jody on her farm and getting that all going and stuff. So it was, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go fly tonight. So yeah, we enjoyed that, and then so yeah, I'm ready to farm tonight. Whenever you're ready, Mick. Looking forward to that. Get things going again. When you're ready. Let's have another look. Let's zoom out here a little bit more and see. All right, so we still got quite a bit of ways to go. So what's going to happen is we're going to fly, but if the farm does get busy, I will let. Oh, yeah, farm tonight, but only a couple people on, like you and Pithers if he's about. Okay, that's fair enough. I can live with that. It's your world. I'm just living in it. So, yeah. So basically what we're going to, for this flight, kind of changing subjects here, what we're going to do is we're going to go past Rio de Janeiro. We're going to go past the airport. The airport will be off to our left. And then we're going to go past it, go up the coast a little bit, and then we're going to hang a left and come back into the airport. So, so yeah, that's how this is going to work out today. I tried to find a nice, simple solution to flying in today, but I think the way that the airspace is kind of set up, there's no way that you can just kind of come up the coast and then hang a left and go right into the airport. So, yeah, that's how that's going to go. But you know, that's the best plan I could come up with. So unfortunately, we may be low enough as we get closer to see Christ the Redeemer, the statue, but I don't think we will. We're probably still going to be pretty high up, so it won't be very well defined. But yeah, I tried to find a nice scenic route in, and this was the best I could come up with, unfortunately. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight. We'll see what we can do to get you some more money in the bank. And get some more things done. Get things growing. Harvested, whatever. And then go from there. Yeah, really, I like this livery. When this plane... clipping is just very troubling. 4 I'm dab, you dab, we all dab. So, what was I saying? And then I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, so when this plane was released, you know, there's this version, there's another passenger version, and then there's the freight version. And I was really, I was quite enamored with this version. I love the colors on this. I know it sounds kind of goofy, but it's amazing. It gives me, it's a bit of it reminds me a bit of like an Art Deco sort of styling. You know, if you know what that means. If not, I'll some other time I'll explain to you what Art Deco, Art Nouveau, and all that is. But it also makes you think, like, here you are in Brazil, and it's got these kind of cool colors, like you're sitting on your deck or your little what's the word? You're just sitting outside enjoying something nice and cool to drink, and you got some bossa nova playing in the background. It's just all chill, you know. It has that vibe to it, you know. And that's what there's this livery, there's another one, but I really like this one because of that it kind of gives you that sense of, you know, it's like a nice cool drink, you know, on a hot day, and you're just sitting there watching everything go by, and enjoying maybe a adult beverage, or maybe just a tall glass of lemonade, or who knows. But yeah, that's when I was planning this flight, I'm like, yeah, this would be perfect for it, because it's very just I like the look of it. So So we do have passengers, but they don't show up, unfortunately. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it. So, yeah. Head over just a bit of the South Atlantic, coming up the coast here. But Embraer planes were manufactured, well, they still are manufactured in Brazil. They are a exporter of the Embraer aircraft around the world, some which fly in the United States, others fly elsewhere around the world. This plane ended production in 1990, but because it's very reliable, it still flies today in many countries. So, yeah, pretty solid plane. The only thing with this version is the autopilot is a bit suspect. It's not intuitive, not like the autopilot system in like the A320 where we just hit one button and it takes care of everything else. It's a bit, the stuff doesn't label, like when you hover over it, it doesn't tell you what it is, that sort of thing. So it's kind of like you don't really know. You have to like try to look at it and go like, okay, yeah, I gotta hit this button, and but yeah, it's a bit non-intuitive. You just don't know. You're like, did it work? Oh, and also when we get there, we will do the ramp manager tablet again. We will open the doors, put all the bits and bobs out for safety stuff. We'll cover up the engines, and there's like a cover that goes underneath here into the inlet for the turbos, I believe, the air inlet there. And then we'll have the chocks and everything else. And I think there's like a tail. There's a bar that goes underneath here so that as you unload, if something heavy goes in there, that the tail doesn't just suddenly sink back while they get the any cargo or get the luggage settled back there. But yeah, we'll open the doors and kick our passengers out once we stop the engines. So we will do all that. I think that's a pretty neat thing to do. That's something that they add in. Where's my cup holder? I don't see a cup holder here. I want my cup holder. Where's my cup holder? I guess you don't get one. That's all you get for $5. Oh. So yeah, looking forward to continuing the flight tomorrow in the Junkers 52. We had a really great flight yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Very straightforward. Not a lot of fuss and muss and all that kind of stuff. It's a straight shot. And really nice scenery. Very interesting scenery over the desert. And then we got into Abadan. Abadan. Yeah. I meant to ask Captain Arish if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'll have to ask him another time. But yeah, we'll take off from there tomorrow and continue our journey, and that will be leg 14 tomorrow. Looking quite happy when we get that done. So then we only have 2 more legs, and we're halfway there to Indonesia. We're making our way there, slowly but surely. Yeah, so the um, so wheel chocks, the cones, like the safety cones that go around the engine covers, the cover for the pitot heat thing. Open the main door, open the cargo door, and then we will. Once that's all open, we get a picture of that before we end the stream, and then we'll wrap it up. So appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching and enjoying it. Hopefully you like the flight, enjoy the flight. Let's test the. Where's the test? Yay, they work. Let's see what other little switches can we throw here? I don't think there's much of anything else. We got all of our lights on. Yeah, our beacon lights. Seatbelt signs are on. Don't need heat for the passengers. Don't need lights here in the flight deck. Yeah. Good stuff. We'll fly outside for a little bit. All right. Got the last bit of coffee in me. Be just my luck. I'll need to go to the little captain's room here in a minute. Let's see what else. I don't know what else to talk about. I still gotta get to grips with the Concorde. We're running it, I think, in like a couple weeks. Let's see. It is the 28th. So we got 2 weeks before that flight. So I gotta spend some time practicing that. At least get one full flight in that I know when to do things. That first flight, when I stream it, it's gonna be a bit, it's going to be a bit tough, so I'm going to have to pay attention to all the switches and whatnot, so that I don't miss anything. We have a smooth flight, so I may not be focused on the chat. It's not anything personal. I'll try to catch up once we are leveled off at 60,000 feet and we're doing about Mach 2. Then we'll catch up with the chat, but yeah, it's just a bit difficult when you're trying to sort all that out and then paying attention to comments and whatnot. So, but yeah, really looking forward to that, to see if we can get a full flight in on the stream, and then and we'll take off from Heathrow and we'll go to New York. We'll try it that way first. So, see how that goes. But the checklist itself is a lot to do. That's going to take up part of the stream, unless what I could do is, but I think it wouldn't be as exciting. So if I get the whole plane started up and then start the stream, but I want everybody to see the complexity of it, you know, and to see the flight deck and everything, you know, because most folks have never seen the Concorde. You know, they know of it, but they don't. You know, they've never really. So this is a virtual representation, of course. But yeah, I want to show. So we'll go through the whole checklist. Get the plane started up, push back, get in the air, break the sound barrier a couple times, and we'll be in New York before we know it. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I want to get at least one full flight in before within the next 2 weeks. 2 full flights, if possible, just to feel comfortable. One, in the military, you do the crawl, walk, run. So the crawl phase is you go over all the manuals or any kind of training material. Then you walk through it. You show, okay, at this step, this is what you do. And then you run, you go like, okay, you go all the way through it and try to get through there without any mistakes. Although you will make them, but it's better to make them in training than anywhere else. So, yeah, I'm really... So, I'd like to get through the crawl and the walk phase and then try to run, but it's going to take a bit of patience. So, I'm hoping people will understand that and not get too goofy in the chat, you know. So let's see, we have roughly, let's see what we got left to do. Still got to go up the coast a bit. So basically from here, roughly where we are, up to that point right there, where just underneath that the dot, that's our that's what we got left to do. So we've still got a bit more to go. We're getting there. Just zipping along here at 20,000 feet. I wonder if I lean it back just a bit more, if that will give us a bit more performance. Let's see. Go to 79. There we go. Let's see if we get a bit better gas mileage. I think we'll be fine on gas, but we'll hopefully let's see what other stuff's coming up. Hopefully, I don't think it'll be this week, but maybe next week we'll get the update for the F-15. That should include some liveries, some fixes to the whole cockpit area will be better rendered. I think they went back in and gave it a better look, much more realistic look to it. So, looking forward to flying that again in one of our military aviation days. What else? Don't know what we're getting this Thursday. I think the next few months are going to be kind of lean as far as stuff in the marketplace. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I think it's just going to be a bit of, we're just going to have to take it for what it is and hope that eventually things get sorted and we'll have start getting some good stuff. Now I think, no, we're not near Rio de Janeiro yet. No, we still got to go a little bit more up the coast here. Let's looks like an airport, but I don't think it is. No, just looks like a runway right off the left wingtip there, but it's not. So yeah, the Pelican is quite it's something that was not expected. There are some people who are quite disappointed that they brought that in to the sim. Like, how dare they? But it's something fun, and it's free. You don't have to download it. We may do a fun flight with it at some point, just for the heck of it. I don't know where we would do it, but somewhere that would be fun to fly it around. I did take off. I started it up. Now, I didn't taxi out because I wasn't sure how to taxi it, but I went straight up and then took off from Moffett, went south along the Pacific coast, and then came back up and landed in San Francisco. Landing it is a bit of a challenge because there's no flaps or anything to slow it down. But when you get on the ground, it's like you hover. It's like it hovers, but it goes very quickly. The taxiing, so it's like you could easily miss your turning point when you're trying to turn off the taxiway. But yeah, it's a fun thing. I think I wouldn't fly it seriously. I'd just have some fun with it. Ooh, uh-oh. That did not look good. That gives me a bad feeling in my stomach. That glitch right there. Oh, don't you do this to me now. Okay, I think we are close to Rio. I think this is... So I think right there, matter of fact, I'm almost positive, right here is Christ the Redeemer statue right there. I'm fairly positive. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. But it may be elsewhere, but I kind of feel like that's where it is, but I think it maybe is a bit higher. No, that's not it, because it would be up higher. If we see, there's the airport right there. That's our airport. So yeah, Christ the Redeemer should be, I think, right over there somewhere. That statue, very famous statue. Quite, it has been photographed quite a bit over the years. From very different angles, day, night, all kinds of stuff. Probably maybe is photographed as much as the San Francisco Bay Bridge, I would think. Probably just about on par with that. Yeah, it's not very well defined at 20,000 feet, but it is over here somewhere. I know that. Maybe, is that it up there? Maybe, well, it's kind of hard to... I know it's down here somewhere off to the right. So there's our airport. So basically this runway right here off the left wingtip, that part right there, we're going to be coming in there, so we're going to come in over the water. So we're going to go up the coast here a little bit more, and then we're going to get ready to turn in. I know we got to start dropping some altitude at some point. Let's see, Untex. So we're not quite at our arrival portion yet, but we're getting ready to be. Yeah, I think it's after this one we might be able to start descending. Yeah, I'll prepare for that then. So we probably get down to about, I'm going to say 15,000. I think we'll still clear a lot of the low mountains here as we come into the airport on that runway right there. So we did do a flying tour of Brazil long time ago. We did that in the, I think that was one we did in the Stearman 75 with the, I think that's what it was. Yeah, we did a flight around Rio. We took off from over here somewhere up in the hills, and we came down and just went all around the area here. Maybe, I want to say, is that it? I know it's like up high. Like it's very visible if you were closer. But I know it's up on the top of a hill or mountain or something where it's very prominent. Well, that looks like it right there. The way that is, just even from this distance, it looks like the shape of the arms out and everything. So, all right. Wow, boy, it is really clipping bad. All right, hopefully we make it all the way there. If the sim crashes, I'm going to apologize in advance, folks. It's just been. It always feels like this is what gets, when we're getting ready, something's getting ready to happen. We're let's go to about 17. How about that? Let's start there.
Brasilia Center, Trans Brazil 1123. Request 17,000 feet.
Trans Brazil 112 tree descent and maintain 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet. Trans Brazil 1123.
Of course, this thing's got no problem dropping altitude. Climbing, on the other hand, seems to be a bit suspect. But we are coming here to the end, folks. Wow, I think we are going to get there much quicker than the hour, almost 2 hours that they said we were going to do this flight. So, yeah, we'll probably do it in an hour, probably an hour and a half ish, maybe even less than that. All right, so yeah, we're still gonna go up here. Basically, we got to go up the coast a little bit more. Right there. So we're gonna go here and then another turn, roughly, and then we're gonna go out. Let's see, that's 35, 50. All right, so yeah, right about there, and then we're gonna turn back in. So we still got a bit of flying to go. It may be closer to 2 hours by the time we get done. We'll see. Yeah, it's been a great flight all around, I think. So hopefully everybody's enjoyed it. Kind of a quiet day in the chat. It happens. It's all good. What was it? Oh. Guessing it would be 2974. Go back to that. See if we get an updated altimeter reading. Yeah, the autopilot, the system is not showing our correct altitudes. Like, it doesn't show that I dialed in 17,000 and then yeah, this is going to be a bit wonky, I think. Try to get it a little bit closer to 17. There we go. All right, we're almost to that point, and then we're going to turn just slightly to the right. And we will be getting ready to line up before we know it. We must be right where we need to be, but they haven't given us any kind of indication that we're off of our altitude, so I think we're right. We've got the right altimeter reading here. We'll get probably an update once we're inbound on the runway. I think I am going to take a quick step away. I will be right back. Matter of fact, how about we do this? There we go. You can watch from the outside and enjoy the scenery. I'll get rid of that for right now. There we go. Perfect. I'll be right back. All right, let's have a look here and see what else we got left to do. 27 nautical miles to our next point. So there we are. That's what we got left. We're going to turn there, come back around, and we will be on the ground before we know it. Mick, if you're still lurking, what time are you expecting to go on the farm tonight? An ETA, roughly, give or take. I'm guessing about 7:30-ish your time. Just so I know when to have my cowboy boots on. I used to have a long time ago. I did have a pair of cowboy boots. Oh, that was ages ago. Yeah. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I have what they call ropers, I think. Or like a kind of a casual cowboy boot. I can't say. I don't know if I've ever owned a cowboy. Well, I do have a Stetson, but it's a cavalry Stetson. It's not the. So yeah, I do have that. That was I was given that for the last time I went to. Well, part of it was I think the doc that I worked with predominantly. He knew I busted my butt and didn't really get recognition, so they do what they call a. There's a whole initiation that you go through to get your. Well, if you're in a cavalry unit, they have like a spur ride, as they call it, and then once you complete all that, whatever it is, then you get your spurs. But so we did kind of a fun. Stetson ride. Well, it wasn't really a ride. It was just, fun, silly stuff. And then I was presented with my Stetson. So I still have it, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I know it's here somewhere. I just saw it the other day, as a matter of fact. I got to find it again. Yeah. So it is a Stetson, but. Yeah, it was probably one of the best awards or things that I got from my time in the Army. All right, so we got to get back over. So I think we're high enough still. We should be able to clear those mountains. Let's see what happens. As we get closer, if we have to climb back up a little bit, we'll do that. But now, also, Mick, if I guess you're still lurking, but maybe you're otherwise engaged. Are we going to be in a voice chat at all, or like at least on the Discord, so we can all talk while you're, not that necessarily everybody's got to hear us, just you, me, Pithers, and anybody else, so that way we can communicate a little bit better. But if that's if you want to do it, I'm fine with that. If that's how you want to handle the business tonight, whatever is easiest, I'm all for it. Because it is kind of difficult to stop, type, keep going, then respond. It's like I never get down the road. But however you want to do it, that's fine. All right, let's see. So once we turn here, this is our arrival portion coming up here just above us. So we will turn and kind of head back the other way. So see how that goes. Surprised we're not turning already, because sometimes it will turn a little bit early. Maybe you get a little bit closer and it'll say go ahead and turn. If not, we're gonna probably what we'll end up doing is we'll start turning, but we're gonna end up going past it. We're gonna be off the track, and then the plane's gonna have to, the autopilot's gonna get us back on the track there. That's interesting that we're not. I would have thought by now for sure the plane would have we would have kind of cut the corner, but I guess not. Interesting. it's saying we got to go all the way there. That's fine. We got plenty of space to get back on track if we turn kind of. We don't turn, you know, like if we turned right now, I think we'd be okay. But yeah, we're gonna go all the way there, and then we're gonna turn, and then so we're gonna do a wide turn, and it's gonna have to correct itself. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, the G-forces. I can't handle it. Still turn. Still turn. Yeah, look at that. We are... Yeah. There's our plane right there. That little marker right there. Still turning. Yeah, we're going to be well off the track. So we're going to have to turn even more to get back on, and then turn again to kind of head the right direction, or overall, you know, on the there we go. Kind of a little lazy right turn there as we get closer to the track to get us lined back up. Right there. There we are. There's that. So a little bit closer, and then we'll turn even more to the right and get on track here. And there we go. Ta-da! All right, let's have a look here. What is the time in Rio? It is 9:55, so they're an hour ahead of me. All right, good to know. Did not realize that. All right, so let's just have a look here. So it looks like we can maybe get a little bit lower, but I want to see. I want to get closer to that second line of right there in the distance. That one right there, across there. I want to get a little bit closer to that, so before we start to descend a little bit further. And I think at some point they're just going to tell us when to descend. So what I'm going to do is, once we do that and we get close to the runway, once we kind of get in there, I'm going to manually fly it in the rest of the way. So that way we'll get that done, and then we'll wrap things up here. So kind of, there we go. See?
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Trans Brazil 1123.
I think our path is gonna, we won't really have to worry about those. I think we'll be fine. We're gonna turn in before that, so we should be good to go. I think if we look at our so up here, we're going to turn to the left, so we should be good. I don't expect any other hiccups or any other issues as we come in. Alright, gotta slow down the descent here so we don't go flying past 10,000 feet. Level off here. I do appreciate everybody coming in today, hanging out. Thank you once again to Mick and Patrice for being supporters of the channel. Greatly appreciate it. Your patronage is very much appreciated. Very happy to have you both as founding members here on the Twitch channel. Alright. Oops. That should get us right there. Perfect. Close enough for government work. All right, we're turning. We'll go ahead and maybe drop a little bit of flap just so we can get slowing down here a bit. I think we just stay on this track the rest of the way in, right into our runway. Yeah, I think it's not anything, shouldn't have any kind of crazy sort of changes here. So yeah, we're just going to come right in over the water. There we go. There we are.
Maintain present heading and altitude.
Now everybody wants to come in and watch the landing.
Transition.
All right, I am going to take one quick more step away to grab some more water. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see here. Oop. Oh, we got to get this dialed back a lot right now. All right. Oop. All right, our runway is just off here in the distance. All right.
Descend and maintain 2,800 feet. Trans Brazil 1123.
Yep, there's our runway right there. Airport's right over there, if I remember correctly. Ooh, ooh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I missed my cue. Doggone it. All right.
Brazil 112.3, 4 miles east inbound ILS uniform runway 28 approach.
Trans Brazil 1123 Rio Tower.
There we go. All right. There it is. All right, we're going to get a little bit closer, and then I'm going to just bring it in manually. So I'm going to turn the laptop to the right. If you're going to make a comment, I will catch up to it at the end once we're on the ground. And then the plane is under control. So please do not spam the chat asking for me to read your message. All right, we're almost there. It does not seem like the wind is calm because we have either that or my flying is really atrocious, but it does not feel like the wind is calm because we've had seemed like a bit of a crosswind there for a second. But it could be me. And there we are. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, we'd like to welcome you to Rio de Janeiro. Local time is 10:15 in the morning. We understand and appreciate the fact that you probably don't always enjoy these kinds of flights, and we're not always your cup of tea, but we are glad that you chose to fly with us today. Do join us tomorrow in the Junkers 52 as we continue our journey to Indonesia, former Dutch East Indies, taking off from Abadan to Basseterre. If I'm saying that correctly. 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK. We'll exit it right here. How about that? Oh, we got to go down a little bit more because the... no, we should be able to taxi from here. Yeah, let's just turn off right here. Goodness gracious. Well, it sounds like we're going all over the airport. There we are. I guess nobody was impressed with that landing. That's okay. Yeah, good flight overall. The autopilot system is a bit strange. It's acting up, and I don't know why that is, but it is. Wow, even the taxiing is a bit... Look at that. It's very glitchy. Oh boy, this is not giving me a good warm fuzzy here. Well, I'm going to apologize in advance again, folks, if for whatever reason the sim suddenly crashes. I hope it doesn't, but it does seem like there's something a bit wrong. With the sim right now, so I think we're just going to taxi from in here till we get to our destination or to our parking spot, and we'll call it a day. This is a first. Usually somebody says something when I land. Well, now this is a new one. Alright, seems like it's kind of settled down now. No, maybe not. Yeah, it's lagging now all of a sudden. Whew. Man. That does not make me feel very comfortable. Try to get a little bit more speed so we can get to our parking spot here. I really enjoyed today's flight. It was very scenic from what we could see. Almost to our parking spot, folks. Once we're there, we'll put all of our safety stuff out and we'll wrap things up for the day. Mick, I'll send you a message on Discord once I wrap this up, just to kind of go over what the plan is for tonight and all that. What times are we looking at? Or if you could just send me that in a message now, I'd greatly appreciate it. If not, I'll reach out to you here as soon as we park up and. Wow, looks like we're going up over a. Well, that's kind of strange. Huh. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. That almost looks like a stadium at first when I came around the corner, but that's the passenger terminal. Huh. It has a stadium look to it, though. Interesting. Goodness gracious, where's our parking spot at? I thought we were going to turn in here and it was going to be like right over here somewhere. Like, you know, right here. Where's the fuel stand? I'm surprised they didn't send us there because we got 39% left in the tank. Well, at least we get a tour of Brazil, huh? Or Rio de Janeiro airport. I'm guessing that's the airport lights there on these tall towers. Light up the area. Huh. I wonder where they would have sent us if I'd said take us to the gates. Goodness. All right, it's got to be over here somewhere, I would think. When did they say to go? Something Lima 3 Bravo. Okay, so we gotta go up here one more. I have to say, this airport is pretty big. Matter of fact, that should be the. Is that the other runway? I think it is. Looks like a runway. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, you never see. This is the kind of thing that you just never know what to expect when you land, and you're like, okay, I want to go over here and park, and it's like it sends you all over the airport to get to the to your parking spot. If I'd known, we would have come in on the other runway. We would have been already at our parking spot most likely. But knowing my luck, we would have landed over here, and then it would have told us to go all the way the other side. Oh boy. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. Well, I do hope everybody enjoyed the flight, since everybody's kind of gone quiet. Scarred to say anything. Wow, my controller just like disconnected for a second. You saw the thing turn up here, and then it just came back on. Like, I know the batteries are good. It's not like the batteries are dying. Wow, okay. Well, at least it's not clipping out here. It seems pretty stable, so I don't know. There's no telling sometimes what happens with this sim. Alright, I think that's our parking spot over yonder. We're almost there, folks. Yeah, I kind of feel like if we came in here, it would have sent us all the way over on the other side. It wouldn't have just told us to come right back here. But that's okay. So yeah, back in the Junkers 52 tomorrow. Hopefully here in the next hour and a half or so or two, or whenever, we hear about the world update, what we're getting. See what happens. If it's going to be any news at all, we shall see. Yeah, we're just going to zip along here and try to get to our parking spot over there. Wow, they sent us all the way over here where it looks like all these cargo things are sitting around. Wow. It's not quite the welcome I was expecting here in Brazil. Gee whiz. Here in Rio de Janeiro. Oops, a daisy right there. All right. So let's we'll just cut the fuel off here. All right, and let's go ahead and get all our safety features done. Oh, just the main door. Okay, we don't have the cargo door in this one. There we are. So So there's our covers and whatnot. There's the tail thing on the back there. Let's try and get a picture here of this hot mess of a parking spot. Yeah, that looks like a... There we go. That's a good picture right there. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and pop back in here and shut the batteries off. Or the battery. It should go right. Nope. Yep, there we go. Hour 33. So yeah, we did pretty good. For, you know, we've been streaming for about a little bit over more than that, but yeah, good flight overall. Yeah, really happy with that. So, let me go ahead and update while the Twitch is catching up to what we're doing. 05, perfect. All right, let's see here. That's when I snap the picture. We'll go back inside. Yep. And turn off the battery. And ta-da! All right, there we are. So that's going to be it for today, folks. I do appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out. Even if you were too worried or whatever about what do you call it? Didn't say much in the chat. That's all right. So we'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK in the Junkers 52, leg 14, Abadan to Basir. Hopefully, I expect a good flight for that one as well. Yeah, so enjoy the rest of your Tuesday morning, afternoon, evening, early Wednesday, depending on where you are in the world. I have been your host, your pilot, Uncle B. Till then, peace, live long and prosper.